we need to talk about the Uncharted casting. And no, not the characters you're thinking of. Not Tom, not Mark. We are talking about the character who's been miscast the worst, and that is Chloe Fraser. So, you may or may not know, Uncharted is a game series that probably means the most to me. Wouldn't be sure to say it's my favourite. I've played each game multiple times. I just played Uncharted 4 for literally the 7th time, I think. I just finished it last night. And, I still remember when I bought my PS3 and it came with a copy of Uncharted 3 and I was like, oh, what's this game? And I started playing it and I was like, this is literally a movie. And obviously that's what the devs were going for. And I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I went back, so I played them all backwards. So then I went back and played Uncharted 2 and then I played Uncharted 1. And one character stuck with me the most when I played these games. And it wasn't Elena, it was Chloe Fraser. Probably just because I played them backwards, but for me, like, growing up, I'm a video game fan, thanks to my dad's influence, but, yeah, growing up as a female video game player, there weren't many, like, female characters, really, that I could relate to, or look up to, or anything like that, really. I mean, we had Lara Croft, and at the time I was too young to play those games. So, that was really it. And so then came along Chloe Fraser, who not only was female, but she was also Australian. And that was just unheard of for me. Like, this 15-year-old girl who has never really come across an Australian female character before. And not only is she female, not only is she Australian, she is like a kick-ass character who holds her own in fights and is just all around the coolest. Still, I think the coolest character I've ever, like, had come across in a video game. And so, I feel like this movie has been coming out for decades, and it got to the point where I just stopped checking for updates because they would come a writer, they would write a script, oh no, they would change, new director, we've got a cast, no we don't, they're gone. And so it just got to the point where I didn't care about the movie anymore. And so I had no idea that Chloe was going to be in this movie until I actually saw the trailer. And let's listen to the accent together, because that's my first problem. One, it's a terrible accent. Sorry, I just decided to do this so I don't actually have, here we go. The frick is this accent? I'm sorry, but that just and it doesn't even look like her. Like, what gives? I don't know who was in charge of casting, but that leads to my second point, I guess. So the actress's name, I should have looked this up. Yeah, we know. Sophia Taylor Ali. From my understanding, she's American and Pakistani. We will double check that. Yep, cool. So when I first played Uncharted, and I can take this off now. Obviously I was living at home playing on the big TV, and like Mum would come in, Chloe would be on the screen, and Mum would come in, she'd be like, oh yeah, that's Claudia Black. And I'd be like, who? She's like, yeah, Claudia Black, the actress. Claudia Black is like this iconic Australian actress. Her voice, I don't know, you just can't replace that voice. It's just so iconic, and the fact that they've picked someone who is not Australian, okay, fine. But the fact that they haven't, I imagine the budget for this was enough to hire like a good like voice coach or something. Someone who could, like a dialect coach or whatever they're called, who could actually teach her to do a good Australian accent. That you think they would do that, but no. Which again leads me to the point where, okay, fine. There's so many like Indigenous Australian actresses they could have gone for, like Maya Madden off the top of my head. I think she would have been great for the role. She looks a lot like Chloe in my opinion. But I don't know, at least maybe if they auditioned some Australians, that would be good to know at least. So maybe they couldn't find the right one. Then I would understand. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this isn't a big issue for me. It's probably not if you it's probably not an issue to you if you're not an Australian woman who likes video games. So probably a very small demographic out there is upset by this decision. But yeah, I think the only way I'm going to get through this movie is if I just pretend it's not related to Uncharted at all. It's some original idea. Because there will only be one Chloe Fraser, and that is Claudia Black. But so I'm just going to go now play The Lost Legacy just so I can get the voice of Chloe back in my mind. Anyway, So yeah, let me know if you. I will go see the movie. Like I will definitely do that. But I don't know that I'm gonna enjoy it. But anyway, leave a comment. Maybe you don't care and you think I'm crazy. That's probably true. But stay happy, stay healthy, and tell someone you love them. And peace out.